Okay, so I've kind of decided to make these videos because a couple people have asked me how I do my makeup, and I mean, I'm not a professional by any means, but if I can help, one or two people kind of like improve their game, then I'm stoked. Because now I live in Pittsburgh, I can't really show anybody what to do, how to do it. I can't have little girls' nights, not that I ever really did before. But I would like to help some people feel better about themselves and their makeup and stuff like that. So I hope you learned something. If somehow you don't, or your makeup is far worse after watching this, then please let me know, and I will never attempt anything like this again. With that being said, I did my eyebrows already today. I'm not an eyebrow expert, and I don't know if you can see it, but they're not the same. This eye's a little bit droopy, and that's actually the one I'm going to be working with. Nobody notices but me, so bear with me. Super insecure, have a lot of anxiety right now, but I'm going to try and get through this because, like I said, I really want to help people a little bit, So what I'm going to do, I already also have eyeshadow primer on, and I definitely recommend it unless you're my mom, because somehow she gets crazy pigment out of all the eyeshadows that she uses, but that doesn't always work for everybody. So I definitely recommend an eyeshadow primer, especially if your eyelids are oily. I've been using Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later, and I think it's wonderful, but I also like the Smashbox eyeshadow primer. It doesn't leave any creasing, and the pigment payout of the eyeshadows that you use is a really good payoff. With that being said, what I'm going to do is start with my transition color, and I'm not really sure what that means, but normally when I look at girls and their eyeshadows and pictures, there's a transition color, and it's usually brown. Doesn't always have to be. But I'm going to take my crown brush, and with a little bit of this NYX color that I thought was perfect, NYX, I'm not sure how it's called, what you want to call it, it's Strike a Pose. And on my little droopy eye, I'm going to place it just above the crease. It is actually a lot easier looking in the camera than it is. My mirror is sitting here, and if you needed to know, I am sitting at my kid's table that I got him for his birthday. It's the only way I could set everything up. So anyways, just a light fleshy toned color. I guess not light. I guess a little bit darker than your own flesh. I'm just kind of put that there. Not going much further down than this lash line right here. I don't want to go past that. I just want to create a little bit of depth. Blending. I don't know, so bear with me. This is what I'm trying to teach you without knowing anything further, because I'm not a makeup artist. I just do my own makeup. I've had a lot of time to spend on it, and this is what I do, and this is how you want to do yours, I guess. I don't really know, but you came to me for help, so I'm hoping to help. So I'm going to take this purple. It doesn't look as purple in the camera as it does in person. It's a much warmer tone. It looks very cool on this camera. It's a camera my grandmother got me, and I'm actually only using it because the battery to my normal camera is dead and I can't find the charge cord. So on my crown brush, I have this purple. Less is more, so when you do dab into the color, knock some of it off. Because it's easier to build up the color than to remove the color. I have removed the eyeshadow on this eye probably 3 or 4 times now since trying to make this video, and I'm really hoping this is the shot that gets it. Which reminds me, I forgot, we're going to try a tape method. So what I'm going to do is take this little piece of tape. It's recommended you put it on the back of your hand to kind of remove some of the adhesion, so it doesn't pull at your skin, creating wrinkles and stuff like that, hurting you if you have sensitive skin, whatever else. It doesn't really bother me. I've pulled and tugged in my eyes forever, and I have fine lines to show it, but it is what it is. So I'm going to take this little piece of tape, and I'm going to follow this lash line, and I'm going to go right up to my eyebrow here, because what I want to do is create an uplifting look instead of, if I were to bring it straight out, it creates more of a droopy eye, and I already have that, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to put it underneath my eyelashes as best I can. Swoop it under. And you want to put it more towards the end of your brow line if you have one. It doesn't have to be perfect on your first application. You can kind of work it down, especially since we're doing a purple, golden, smoky eye. However, when you do this tape line, and you do this one, I'm only doing one eye, so I don't bore you. You should try and look back and make sure that both of them are even. That should be self-explanatory, but not always. So try and make them even, and then I'm going to go back to what I wanted to do and start applying my color. Normally I don't use the tape method, only sometimes, but I'll show you where it really helps you out if you're struggling with cat eyes and the wings and stuff like that. So I'm going to take this purple, and I know it's already going to show up on this screen as kind of like a dark gray, and it's really not, but I'm going to start in this little corner here. So the little tiny corner. And I'm just going to kind of work it in light strokes. Very light strokes. Almost not even touching your skin. And then when you dab color more again, put it here, because you want that to be your darkest area, because it is going to be a smoky eye, hopefully. And then just kind of blend it out as best you can. Nobody's perfect. This is all just a learning experience. Like I said, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just really hoping to give some people some insight. So, applying that again. And not everybody does smoky eyes like this, and I don't even know if this is the right way, but this is how I like to do it now, is I bring it from the crease. You can see I'm working in my crease here. Right here. I actually don't know what it's called. And if you want to, if you feel like your eyes are too close together, you can put a little bit of a highlight color. It's a shimmery light color right here, and a lot of girls do, and it kind of makes your eyes have the illusion of being separated, but I always think it looks really weird on mine, so I try not to do it. I want to, I always feel like it looks weird, but that's my anxiety playing up. So I'm not going to do that, but you're more than welcome to. It's experimental for sure. Find what works for you, really, and even if it's not what you've seen on the internet, or it's not what girls approve of, as long as you like it, that's all that matters. That's really all that matters, is that you feel confident wearing it and you're proud of it. I don't care if girls like my makeup or don't like my makeup, because when I do it, I either like it or I don't, and it's just me. It just comes down on me. So do what you like. Doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do now is it kind of have this color in here, and it doesn't look purple, I guess, from where I'm looking at. If you notice, I kind of left this middle area free, and you don't always have to, but I think it makes it easier, especially when you're trying to go for a lighter color. Sorry, my nails are garbage. I'm going to take this color Telepathy from ColourPop. I thought it was gorgeous when I seen it. It's just a gold color, and I think it'll work really perfectly with this color purple that I used, even though you can't really see it. ColourPop is about $5 for an eyeshadow, and when you sign up for their email, first-time buyers actually get $5 off their first order. I have a couple of lipsticks, but their eyeshadows are mostly $5. So basically you buy one and you get one free. Or you buy one and I think shipping is just about free. But anyways, it's kind of spongy. It's a little weird, but I actually really like the color payoff. They suggest not using brushes right away. You just dip your finger in. And I'm pressing kind of hard, but not crazy hard. You'll feel it. It's a little weird. But here's the color. Telepathy. If it doesn't want to focus. So I'm going to take this finger now and just kind of blot it on to where I wanted the gold, which is in the center. Because I want the darker color on the outer skirts here, I guess, for a smoky eye feel. And you can take your brush afterwards, because it's really not like, it doesn't feel like a powder, it's just spongy. It's really strange, but I actually really love it. And you can take your brush in afterwards and blend it out if you want to, but I really don't, I mean, I like where it's at, especially using your finger. I like where it's at. So what I'm going to do right now is just kind of remove this tape off of my skin. That's why you should kind of put it on the back of your skin first. So now I have this really sweet line right here, right? You can see that? It's just straight, absolutely straight. I'm all red right there. Okay, so I have this really cool line, and what I would normally like to do with this is actually take an eyeliner and do a really nice cat eye starting from the middle and bringing it out and following it just up the straight line. You can even do that with the tape on there, and that's going to help you with the cat eye or the wing tremendously. It hasn't really worked for me in the past because I freehand, but I know it works for a lot of people, and it might help you if you're having trouble keeping that straight line, because when I do, I ended up having to take Q-tips and going through and fixing all of my little jaggedy mistakes. But that might help you. It's something to consider. Not everything works for everybody. So this is kind of like the smoky ideally that I'm going with right now. You can see my other eye. Not very smoky, nothing going on, just an eyebrow that doesn't match my other eyebrow. Being that it's supposed to be a smoky eye, I'm not going to do the cat eye. What I am going to do is bring this color down here, and because the tape just took off kind of the primer that I had, you can do this, you don't really have to. I'm going to take just the smallest amount of primer. Primer goes like a seriously long way. I guess I need a little more, but I almost never use more than this. This is actually way too much. So I'm going to dab some of that off. Like I said, I completely recommend primers. Love them. Game changer. So now what I'm going to do is, because it's supposed to be smoky eye, I need to get this smoky part down here. Otherwise it's not a smoky eye. It doesn't work that way. So I'm going to take the same color again. And everybody has their own processes. Maybe this is wrong. I don't know. This is just how I'm trying to simplify it for you. So taking my purple color again, dabbing it in, dusting off a little bit of the excess. I'm going to start from like the middle of where my pupil is and drag it out to kind of meet up here in the softest way I possibly can. Right underneath my eyelashes. Stay as close to the eyelashes you can, and then what you're going to do, I mean, you can bring it down a little bit here, but not a crazy amount. You want the ends to meet up in a very consistent manner, I guess. Man, after like 15 takes, I think this might be my best one yet. Except for that. We'll just forget that I did that. Because as you can see, it's, I guess it's not too bad. It's a little, don't pull out your eyelids. You're not supposed to pull out your eyelids. I also noticed that it's a little bare right here, so I'm just going to go through with that purple color again, just to hit it. This is actually looking a lot better than my first one. Okay, so I have my eyeshadow on, and what I'm going to do now is, my eyeliner is really tiny. I need a new one, so please don't judge me on that. It's about this big. But I really like it. It's a Rimmel London, and it's waterproof, and it's a kohl eyeliner, and it's black, and it kind of like doesn't transfer as much. What I really like to do, and you don't have to do this, but I like to tightline right here where my lashes are. I think it makes my lashes look a little bit fuller at the very end. I don't know why, but it just does, and this might bother your eyes if you have sensitive eyes, but I like it, and I'm sorry if this is really uncomfortable for you to watch. It's just as uncomfortable to do, I promise you. But, I don't know. Pain is beauty, I guess. Or so they say. I don't know. If you have big eyes, which I don't think I really have big eyes, and I guess for the sake of the smoky eye tutorial, I guess I could show you, but I really, really don't want to, is a lot of people line in here. The second that you line in here, it's going to make your eyes smaller. So if you have big eyes, go right ahead. Line the inner waterline with black. But my eyes, I don't think are that big, so I don't want to do that. So I kind of leave it alone, and sometimes I put white or like a nude color in there to make my eyes a little bit bigger. And it's up to you and what you think and what makes you feel good. So I'd rather not do that. I guess I could, but I really don't want to. So because this is a smoky eye and I really don't have like an eyeliner here, I guess I could stop and be done with it as far as eyeshadows go, but I don't know. I kind of like the look of like a little bit of darker eyeliner there, so that's what I'm going to try and do now. But if that's not what you're interested in, then just stop here and then pick up once I get to like mascara and stuff like that. So I'm going to take a really dark purple that I have. And I'm sorry if I'm off frame. And then just kind of brush along my lash line. And like I said, you don't have to. It's personal. It's personal preference. It's personal preference for sure. Just staying very close to my lash line. Some people want to be further away. It's really up to you. It's up to your eye shape. I think it's better if I stay closer to my lash line because I don't have a tremendous amount of, when my eyes open, all you can really see is like this gold here, and if I line it too heavily, then you're not going to see any of the gold, so it might be worth looking into eye shapes and what works for you, or just playing around. It's all practice. I didn't learn this overnight. I played with a lot of eyeliner when I was in high school, and most of the eyeliner went straight down here. I was Alice in Chains. So, you may also not want to watch this either, so I'm just going to do it kind of like off camera as best as I can, but I'm going to take my eyelash curler and just kind of curl my lashes. What I've heard before is if you hold it for like 20 seconds, it'll hold all day. I'll clamp down and then I'll move the clamp around every couple seconds, but it's kind of up to you what you want to do. I've also heated up my eyelash curler before with my hair dryer, and I certainly don't recommend it because I've burned my eyelid that way before, so please don't do that. Normally with the smoky eye, I would put fake eyelashes on because I think the smoky eye kind of dulls out your natural lashes, but it's really, really up to whoever is wearing the makeup and what you like and what you're comfortable with. So I'm just going to do it without them because I'm sure you don't want to sit watching me apply those and get upset about it because fake eyelashes are not fun. So I curl my eyelashes a little bit. You may or may not notice a difference. So for finalizing this, I'm going to just take my Crown Brush mascara. I don't know if that's reading right. I just got it. The thing I'm most excited about with it is actually the brush itself. I hope that focuses. I guess not. If you're familiar with the Roller Lash mascara from Benefit, this is basically the same type of wand, and I love that mascara, so I'm really hoping this is kind of the same. What you're going to do, and I'm sorry for all the ums and likes, but that's just me, sorry. You're going to do kind of like a seesaw at the base where your lashes are, and bring it back and forth, and then up, And I do that with like the smaller, like I want to say you can't see it. I do that with this side, even though you can't see it. And then after I do that, I take this more rounded side, this one, and go through just at the ends to hopefully apply a little bit more. And then I do the same thing at the bottom one. I use this side to go through and get as close as I can to the lashes. And then this side, the other side, to kind of get the ends. And if you really want to, and I do recommend this if you have like a good steady hand, take the tip of it with mascara on it and hit the very, very ends, and I guarantee you your lashes will look a lot longer if you follow that. I don't know why it works, but it does. It's shown me lashes I didn't even know that I had before, mostly in like this little corner, but oh, I touched my skin. I hope you can't see it. But yeah, that's basically I guess that's basically how I would do a purple and golden smoky eye without liner, really. So I don't know. I hope that works for you, and I'm sorry this is almost 21 minutes long. I hope I can shut it down a little bit, but good luck. Let me know what you think, if it helped you at all. If not, I'm so sorry, and never again will I do that. So thank you.